Hello and welcome back to another feature of the Age of Empires Friends second annual tournament. This is a game I think we were all very much looking forward to getting to see. Two insanely solid players. We have Ropojo playing as the Incan civilization, and we have asimpleart playing as the Saracens. Um, excellent late game civilization. The Incas will have obviously the good military, and I don't know if we'll see any monk action or not, but it will be interesting to see. But we will go ahead and roll pull, hailing from the Midwest. He has entered into his very first Friends Age of Empires tournament and is coming up against asimpleart, who is a veteran of the Friends clan. And once again, I feel like we were all looking forward to this one just because, once again, they're just both really solid players. And we'll actually just go ahead and speed this up. Let things envelop the senses for a minute. Good backward lumber camp. That's going to be insanely safe for the time being. He does see that he has an open patch here. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws some fences in there. Scouting very well. Probably thinking to himself, hey, this mountain looks really good to put a castle on one day. And there he goes, walling up his back. At this point, he doesn't have to worry about anything coming in through here. He's walled up in here. Forward berries, which you don't like to see, and right here, bringing that in, and bringing in those. See, that is going to be really great for him. Ooh, man-at-arms, militia coming in from Ropojo, and just kind of just being a little bit of a pain, and doing a good job of pulling back, taking the pressure in stride, and to just continue to build. On the back of this base here, we have... that's a fairly good... Oh, man, that's a terrible secondary. Well, I was going to say that's a terrible secondary, but that's not... Okay, let me explain what I'm thinking here really quick. This is a very good bush for berries. Would be good for maybe seeing a little bit of some cavalry come out. Maybe some skirmishers. Would be interested to see what happens here. But I'm wondering if this is open, actually. I'm thinking it's probably not, but he hasn't scouted it yet, and we all like a little bit of mystery in our lives. The back of his base, let's just say, for instance, this is walled up. The berry bush is an excellent berry bush, not too far away. You could probably get away from that if you do get some pressure. This is a little exposed here, so maybe make some skirmishers or whatever else and just kind of hang them out in here, or just wall that up. That would really solve some problems. The lumber camp is excellent in the back of the base. The gold camp in the back of the base is excellent as well. You could do anything with what you're seeing here. And once again, I think his scouting has been very good. Scouting with 2. Okay, he's using his militia here to scout it out, and we'll be the first to reach Imperial Age, the Feudal Age. And I don't think... nope, he's not too far behind. So, leaving this open a little bit. Gonna get some farms in here, and probably thinking about going some horses, or even just trying to get to the Imperial Age late game, just to kind of get a little bit of some oomph. Having foreign gold, possible an archer build. Yep, there's the archery range. Yes. asimpleart, also hailing from the Lancaster, Pennsylvania area. So, hometown Hometown advantage, I guess. I don't know. We'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Bringing in an archer through the back, trying to probably peek around. Oh no! Oh, I was gonna say this doesn't look like it's walled up yet, and it's shot. I mean, realizing that just in the nick of time, that was a huge deal. But bringing in 2 Eagle Scouts, bringing in a little bit of archer action, and sending military forward, so the pressure is coming forward. We have Archer also coming out from the back of asimpleart's base to do some counter. But these, yeah, wow. I'm not even thinking about horses. Like, I'm thinking, oh, Ropo Joe can do it. He's the Incas. He doesn't even have horses. But utilizing his Eagle Scouts, which are insanely good. Archers are coming in as well. The scout is just going to live here permanently for now. It's going to move back from these walls and probably stick it here or come back to the other side to see if he can get a little bit more pressure. He's going to see this and bring these archers in, and if Sean doesn't see this right here, he's going to get killed. Oh, but he brings out the skirmisher, which is the proper retaliation. Coming into the back of the base here. Okay, and this is it looks like it might be open, but coming in, seeing what he can see, does not see. Oh, that's kind of nice. You have little graves. Oh no! And this is open. Not even realizing this is open. Oh, that's terrible. Unfortunately, does lose some things in here. I don't know if either of those. I think those might have just been skirmishers. So at least taking decent trades in here. But good pressure coming in, and that's the importance of just having a little bit of wall just to kind of give a little bit of safety. Unfortunately, it wasn't in. The skirmishers just hanging on the back of the base here, maybe seeing if there's a wraparound, but gonna put some pressure on this lumber camp right here. Unfortunately, this wall does him the market the best blocking building to come out, and it's just going to lead them right into the town center of death. So overall, he needs to be careful and does take a risk there, and we'll probably send them out to the back to the gold or to the lumbers. Some good pressure coming in, and this is excellent counter pressure by asimpleart here. Villagers coming out for asimpleart. A little bit of no villagers there for Ropo Joel, but continually making archers, continually building up his military, and as time moves forward here, would not be surprised to see that continually grow, and that's, I think, is just gonna turn into a avalanche that you just need to get out of the way of. Wouldn't be surprised if these came around and tested the back of this base here. It is fortunately, and here, right here, they're going to run right into each other, and they don't even see it. They don't even see it, just passing. Oh my goodness, this is the luckiest skirmisher in the whole world. And he's going to go and join his friends and die in peace somewhere else. Fortunately, the skirmishers are coming out. They probably will go down. What am I saying? They will go down. But bringing out the right counter and doesn't see it. Oh no! If you, you hate to see it because obviously he's not looking to see. Hey, I've got guys here. He's got people and things happening up front here as well. Zoom out is much better. Isn't that nice? It leads some eagles away a little bit. Fortunately, not on these berries. These berries were not super great. No gold production right now for asimpleart, unfortunately. I think he got a little distracted with maybe some of this forward push. Got a little distracted to just trying to get a little bit more food. He will click. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't click up in like 2 seconds. But there he goes, putting more onto gold, and there's the click up. continual pressure coming in with the skirmishers, which is great. I mean, the skirmishers are the right counter here. They are the right call. You maybe want to mass those up a little bit more at home, because they're not going to do incredible damage on themselves, but you need a counter for these Eagle Warriors, or these Eagle Scouts, excuse me. 41 population, 37 villagers for asimpleart, 41 for Ropoljo, and kind of just still being pestering in the back, which is great. So, has them clicked into here somewhere, and I still don't think Ropoljo realizes that this is open right here. I don't quite know what that was, why he was signaling that. Didn't even know you could do that to your opponent. But really, really good pressure. See, and this is the steamrolling effect. The archer's coming in. He has completely got asimpleart off his wood. This wood line is in trouble. This wood line is in trouble. He needs to get out of here as soon as possible, or put up a tower to maybe give yourself a little bit more of a cushion against these archers. These are going to come in the front, and he's probably going to pull these into the TC here. Fortunately, he does go Castle Age, and here come the Knights. This is what he was waiting for. Did a very, very good job of putting pressure on this wood line. Another wood line here, another wood line here. So he has some options, and a third, fourth wood line. So giving himself some options. Not loving, once again, I'm not loving this map for asimpleart just because it seems very constrictive. This feels so much more open. And asimpleart likes to wall it super close, but I think he would have been a little bit, and once again, 2020 hindsight, but a little bit better off just with a little bit more room down in this area, or even walling here, maybe to here, and yeah, I just don't like that. See, and that's the thing. We're like, hey, you can wall more, but it's like, hey, what are you going to do? That's not... He obviously can't see what's down here. He can't see that there's a connecting wood line down here right away. And just doing your best to protect yourself from early pressure, which it arguably has done its job. It has worked effectively, but you just hate to see that, you know, he can't get his wood at all. And like his wood up front, his berries, these berries are still sitting. And for a knight build like that, you really need to be able to have like a safe bush to pick from that's going to help, and a safe location for your farms later on, which he does have some farms in the back, but you still want to be able to utilize that. So just recognizing a few things here. This I think is open. Unfortunately, no pressure coming out. Oh, does he see this? Okay, I was going to say there's no pressure coming out from asimpleart, but he's going to send his horses forward, which is going to be a huge problem. Oh, that's the same ones. I was like, oh, he's sending more. Nope, same ones. Just can't keep track of what I'm looking at. I will be interested to see how asimpleart takes care of this. If he takes care of this, I think he would be better off expanding a little bit down here, but probably just looking at the facts of, hey, I've got a giant army in the back, and I've got something going on here, and unfortunately, I don't... Did he wall this up? I think this might even still be open. He doesn't realize it, and this town center is perfectly placed. That is going to keep him out indefinitely, and I think if asimpleart was able to bring in his horses right here like they've been able to do the whole game, oh, I think that would have been a game changer. I think that TC would have been contested very strongly. There's nothing else back here. You've got a few spearmen, but I think that could have been a game-changing deception right there. That could have been a game-changing thing. Crossbows coming in. Crossbow upgrade coming in. Eagles. Still Eagle Scouts. But, let's see. No Eagle Warriors. Very, very concerned about the horses attacking his base. And understandably so, but not quite ready. Okay, and he's coming forward, and once again, like, I wish he was able to use his gold. Like, this is a much safer gold, but because of the pressure here, obviously you've got about 40 enemies in your face, and this is just going to cost asimpleart a lot of time. Is the other side of this walled in? No. Okay, well, this side is open, but Roleplay Joel does have his bases covered. He's got his little watchtower here. He's got his town center, so something could sneak back here, but even if it goes into here, you may be losing 5, maybe 6 villagers, and that's like being pretty gracious with that. What is somebody's done? Horses hanging out down here, waiting for an opportunity, but these horses got to be doing something. You got to be able to put some pressure on, and here they go. They're going to move right here. asimpleart not doing terrible, adjusting to some of that. In the last match, I was saying, hey, if you got a little bit of pressure, you're feeling a little trapped, you expand, and this is what he's done right here. He's got a lot of people on this here, unfortunately. He really needs that gold. He really wants to get the upgrades. He really wants to go Imperial Age. Joel sitting with 63 villagers. And 48 villagers for asimpleart, so a little bit behind here. A little behind, and just once again the cramped conditions. Okay, I'm spreading out a little bit more, bringing in TC for a little bit more, but once again, this goal is not very, very safe. Oh my goodness, that was delicious. Thank you for that. Okay. These are just right out of range. And the Eagle Warriors. Okay, so he did go click up the Eagle Warriors. So the Eagle Warriors are in full effect. We'll probably see more archers. We do have the pikemen here. Roleplay Joel just seems to be playing protect the back of my base, and obviously just putting a little bit more pressure. Hasn't been able to get a lot of extra room, but very much so forcing asimpleart to abandon a lot of amazing resources right in here. That would have been easier to get earlier on if he obviously had access to them. That sounds very simple, explanatory, but it's true. Like, the small things here are just going to make all the difference. That is just a lot of delicious gold sitting right there. It does bring these horses back, but I think that's the wrong decision to make. Yes, you have these invading your base, but at this point, I mean, they're already heading out. They are leaving before he even gets back here, and these are just going to hang out. So at the point, you're going to get bloodlines. You're going to get another. It looks like a camel in there. And if he can reclaim some of this land, that would be great. I think asimpleart is doing a good job expanding out. Fortunately, does see this right here, and it's at this point it's going to go up. It's going to have to have an Imperial Age. It is going to have to go to the next level. If you can't push with this, if you're at a stalemate, you find yourself a little bit crammed, and you're going to need something else. This is going to go to Imperial Age. I only saw bits and pieces of this game yesterday, so I'm not saying I know everything, but that's just the most natural thing. So running right into this does not see this. These are all going to go down here. Got a decent trade there. I mean, like, hey, nothing. One is better than none. Guys continually build, and asimpleart doing a good job spending his resources, trying to get his villager count up. But once again, this is just not ideal. Siege is going to come in and probably hit this guy. Not a very safe gold. Not a safe gold. This gold might have been a little bit better, at least temporarily, but I'm not even sure if he sees that, and it's so far away from his base. Really all coming down to, man, this gold right here. That would have been a game changer. This might be an interesting engagement with here with the pikemen. I don't know if this is a good engagement for asimpleart to take. I mean, he is going to get a lot of kills, but he is going to lose a lot of units, and at the end of the day, he hasn't stopped this avalanche here. And here comes the siege. Now you've got all day. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is disgusting. You've got a militiaman in here who is who's the senior most veteran member of this army, still in here. I don't know if that was a misclick or if that's like no, he's still making militia. I don't understand that. Or maybe he just like forgot they were around here somewhere. But why is this here? Look at him go. He in his leather-clad outfits. Horse is coming in here. Let me see if he can get a mangonel kill here. Not paying attention. He's got these on stand ground, I believe. And unfortunately, he's not paying... You know, it would have been a little bit better if it was on defense. But once again, you don't want your guys to run right into this TC. So, a lot of attention. A lot of places that your face needs to be. Your attention needs to be. And this nice, sassy army coming into the back. Asimpleart pulling all of his people out. And this... Listen, and this is... Oh, no. Oh, no. You hate to see this, because at this point you're losing time, and you're losing potential resources, and you're losing map control, and you just hate to see that. If this castle goes up here, which I think it does... No, it doesn't. This castle is going to be rejected. It is going to be denied. It was the right call to put a castle here to protect your resources, but this castle right here is going to be raining down fury. These resources are not safe. I think asimpleart has done a very good job of adapting and doing his best under the circumstances, but unfortunately the back Achilles heel of this base did him in. And I mean, hats off to Rolepole Joel for just keeping up his archer production, keeping up with his villager production. 115 villager high, 62 free asimpleart, which asimpleart was still building, but just was not able to maintain his ground, was not able to maintain his nap control. Spreading out, and I mean, pretty close in terms of KD and a lot of defending. 73 killed, 74 lost, 56, all that jazz. And it's just like if asimpleart had seen the like back corner of Rolepole's base where that was like an opening, I'd be very curious to see if that was in fact patched up at some point. But I think if that TC doesn't go up, that is a huge problem for Rolepole Joel. You've got pressure in the back of your base. You only have 2 spearmen there in order to like defend it, and that would have been a lot of villager kills. That would have been a great boost. And so overall, very well played game from both people. And I don't think that's the last we'll see asimpleart and Rolepole Joel play, but I think probably be the last for this weekend. But there you go. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. So we'll see you in the next one.